Governor Maura Healey led a pride flag-raising ceremony today outside the State House. It is Pride Month, after all. This year's celebration comes as Massachusetts marks the 20th anniversary of becoming the first state to legalize same-sex marriage. As NBC10 Boston continues celebrating Pride, we're highlighting changemakers, trailblazers, and groundbreakers.
And boy, do we got one for you. One in particular moved to Boston at barely 18 years old and turned her journey of self-discovery into a roadmap for others to find resources and community when they need it most. Our Lauren Melendez introduces us to Chastity Bowick. It's all new at 6.
I am all around a social justice warrior.
Chastity Bowick is a Jane of all trades.
We have more work to do.
As an award-winning activist and transgender health advocate, her work reverberates through Boston at every turn.
We provide education and trainings to businesses, health organizations on how to work with the trans and non-binary community, but also how to employ and retain us as well.
That's only one of her responsibilities as the CEO of her own consulting company. Her list of titles almost long enough to rival her years of commitment to LGBTQ rights.
I'm also the ambassador, former executive director of the Transgender Emergency Fund of Massachusetts. I'm also a board member for the Boston Women's Fund. I'm also a board member on the LGBTQ senior housing.
When do you sleep?
I get it in there. I find the time for self-care.
But that self-care, she tells me, took years of hard work and bravery. Leaving her hometown of Rochester, New York at 17, fleeing fears of transphobia in search of a place she could embrace who she truly was.
I was homeless after leaving an abusive relationship, indulging in survival sex work, survival drug use. And if it wasn't for somebody giving me the number to call the Trans Emergency Fund, we wouldn't be having this conversation today.
Fast forward, more than a decade later, Chastity is saving more lives, working closely with the fund, the only organization dedicated to supporting low-income and homeless transgender individuals in the state.
I lost almost 35 jobs within the first 5 years of my transition.
And it's those experiences, Chastity says, propelled her into a life of liberating defiance, deciding over the years she would make sure she helped as many LGBTQ people feel safe and supported. And a lot of that support happens here.
Attend this event feeling liberated, celebrated, seen, heard, recognized for their true, authentic selves, and just have a sense of community.
Another one of Chastity's coveted roles is organizer for Boston Pride for the People. While this event lasts a day, she uses it as a springboard for education and championing pride in a way that transcends a calendar date.
We come in all different shapes, sizes, and colors, and we can be a representation for the rest of the world of how to get along, how to be in community with people who don't look like you, who don't share the same beliefs as you, but can have a common understanding.
And that was our Lauren Melendez sharing Chastity's story. You can meet Chastity this Saturday and come hang out with our team from NBC10 Boston, NECN, and Telemundo this Saturday from 11 in the morning till noon. If you can't make it, we will have live coverage on NECN, Telemundo, or streaming on the Boston News Channel on your favorite streaming platform.